So on Tuesday we posted a short video asking you to ask us questions. Is that what we did? We asked you to ask us. You watch us watching, and now we're asking you to ask us. And you did. And so we are now going to answer your questions. The good news is we're also doing a reaction video to the new Steven Universe episode that came out this week. And we're working on a Steven Universe to the Nuns. Anything that you need to add? Okay,
really.
Excellent. A shrug. So we'll get right to it. Viewer CyberCypher1 asks, where is the other teenager?
So, what?
Right. He's right there. All right. You didn't
Are we rolling? Oh.
You didn't miss anything.
Okay.
We're fine there.
Right, question. So
now that you're here, we should say something cute for the intro.
Something cute for the intro.
All right.
Viewer Death253, I hope I said that right, asks.
It's 250. It's 253. It's not.
Oh, 253.
No, it's
right.
253.
Okay.
Will you guys do Dragon Ball Z meets Steven Universe? Now,
I don't know.
yeah, I don't know what that is. I'm assuming it's a YouTube series like Dragon Ball Z Abridged or something like that, in which case,
Never
if
heard
it's
of it.
family appropriate, I'll
Right.
probably convince these two to look over it and stuff like that, because that stuff is much, much funnier than it should be, but usually because it's not family appropriate.
Right.
So,
So that's a solid maybe.
yeah, we'll look at it and determine if that's something that we want to produce on this channel.
All right.
Alexander. I can't say names.
Okay.
Probably.
I mean,
Names probably.
the evidence contradicts that. But
So far, yes. Do you need somebody else to read that for you?
I can't not laugh now.
All right. Alexander Ossenheimer asks,
Maybe it's
what is your
Ossenheimer?
favorite... Are we going to debate everybody's name? That's not what Alexander Ossenheimer asks. What Alexander asks is, what is your favorite song? And my favorite song is currently Rum Pum 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 by FX.
You missed the entire second half of the question.
Oh, my favorite song from Steven Universe.
We aren't famous yet. Nobody cares about your personal life.
But it's such a good song. And it's got all of those little cute Korean girls dancing around, and they're flirty and dancy and singing.
I
and
feel
I
like
don't understand any of the words.
I feel like that is 100% being taken the wrong way as we speak. So please trust us that he means that in the least creepy way possible. I swear.
What? All right.
What?
So, song from
Favorite
Steven
song?
Universe.
Well, it's your question, so why
Yeah.
don't you go first?
If we're going non-lyrical, if we're like for background music, definitely Dance with Swords from Pearl and Hollow Pearl's sword fight.
Ooh, I like that.
But
I like that, and it's got a really nice piano theme in there. Wow, I wish we had some kind of editing capability. I would play the song now. Imagine it in your head. It's very pretty, and it has piano.
but
Almost
if we're
entirely,
going-
but not
No, I
quite
think it's
unlike
just your
that.
favorite song. It doesn't matter
Yeah.
if it's lyrical or not.
But out of the lyrical songs, Giant Woman, because
Giant woman, giant
it's
woman.
just
Yeah, Giant Woman is the song that I find myself singing most often.
Didn't we talk
Yeah.
about looking over the question beforehand so we weren't stammering? At the camera.
And then what's your favorite song?
Oh, well, like Laura, I also have a two-part answer. I did read the questions beforehand. I was thinking on this. I couldn't really decide between two of them because Do It For Her, Him was my favorite song as soon as it came out. Previously to that, Strong in the Real Way was 100% my favorite song.
I really liked the beginning of that all the way up until Steven started doing it with the megaphone, and then it was just kind of
So continuing with what I was saying, I find myself as time passes, the line between which one is my favorite has subdued from her, him to being an equal match for both of them, because I really like the emotional ties and the connections that both of those bring up. I think are really good.
I like so many of the songs. I really like the message of "Be Where You Are." That's one of those things that I think is really cool.
Let yourself just be.
And I love the call and response and the harmonies from "On the Run." But at the end of the day, I do sing Giant Woman a lot more than I sing any of the other songs.
But didn't you say something about Stronger Than You being the best use?
Stronger Than You is in fact the best use of a sample from just the two of us ever in the history of music. Even better than the use of that music in the song, just the two of us.
You and I.
Whose turn is it to ask?
Yours.
Oh, okay. So both the Jelly Raven, the Jelly Raven and I Lady Barrington wanted to know which is your favorite gem.
Which is our favorite gem? Well, what's your question? You go first.
Pearl. I think Pearl is the gem that I identify. Everything that she does, I'm always into what's going on with Pearl.
Me? Okay. I think I relate to Pearl the most out of all of the gems, but yeah, just Pearl.
Just Pearl.
I guess I'm gonna throw a curveball here and say Steven.
Oh.
Because
the show is not about Steven. The show.
Steven Universe's mom Pearl.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, all of the characters are fantastic. All of them are wonderfully deep, wonderfully flawed, and that's one of the things they touched on in the last Steven Bomb, is that people have to have flaws, otherwise they're not people, which is probably the callers directly calling out to the fandom after uproar over Pearl. Just basically being, people have flaws, get over it, it's human.
Yeah, I didn't follow any of the uproar. Next question.
So, Awe Uprising, got our handy dandy note cards here, asks, what is your favorite episode so far, and what do you want to see? So, my question, I'll go first. Favorite episode so far would probably be, I don't remember it by name. I think it's Monster Gem.
Oh, the one where Steven adopts the...
Yeah, where Steven adopts Centipedal.
Centipedal thing.
The Steven bombs have all been fantastic, and it's really hard to pull away from that because they're so emotionally charged, because they're a whole group of episodes, they're a whole arc by themselves, and it's a 5-episode arc, which makes it a lot more engaging. But it's something that's overlooked. Not a lot of people talk about the Centipedal, not a lot of people talk about that other than theories about gems being corrupted into monsters, but my really favorite thing about that is Steven, and how Steven, against all of the gems, against everyone trying to attack this mouse, against this monster attacking him, is willing to sacrifice himself to protect it and try and raise it and, keep it out of harm's way. And I think that really speaks to his character, and that really, I identify with that, and I really enjoy seeing that aspect of him shown in the show.
All right. We're going to talk about what we really want to see in the future in the next to the nines, so we're going to kind of skip over that part of it. But that question will be answered in the next Steven Universe to the nines. So what is your favorite episode?
I guess, it's really hard for me because, like you said, the Steven bombs were so great, but I honestly have to say Cry for Help, because Sardonyx is the most amazing thing that has ever happened in ever, because Sardonyx.
Okay. Oh, you've answered somebody else's question now as well.
Yes.
It's not hard for me at all. It's Sword to the Sword, hands down. No other episode came close to it in the writing, in the music, in the overall thing, the themes, the way it was presented, the way it came down. I think Sworn to the Sword is the benchmark of Steven Universe episodes up to this point.
And I will say that that one was my favorite episode for about a month, and as time has gone, I have grown more distant from it, but I definitely understand where you're coming from, because that is an incredibly good
number
episode.
Number 2 by very short margin. Yasser Sharaf asked, how did you get into Steven Universe? And for me, I watch a lot of Cartoon Network, so I saw you.
Yeah, I got both of them into Steven Universe.
No, you didn't.
I did.
Okay, I watched Cartoon Network, so I saw a lot of the previews. I wanted to watch it since I saw all of that stuff. I'm a huge fan of Adventure Time and etc.
I don't know what you're talking about. I've never heard of this Steven Universe.
Vowels?
Vowels, yeah. I don't know. What? No. Sorry. Don't know.
Yeah, I brought the show up to both of them. I'm the one who started recording it. I found it before either of them did. I started this whole thing. You can thank me, not necessarily for this channel, but for the fact that we have at least 3 of us.
All right. The next question is from Jelly Raven, the Jelly Raven. What is your favorite fusion? You've already answered that.
Sardonyx because Sardonyx.
Sardonyx because Sardonyx. My favorite fusion, I think so far, I've really liked Opal. I thought it was really amusing, not only the way Opal unfused, because it's sort of like, oh my, I don't have the beetle. I thought that was really funny and really charming. And I like Pearl and Amethyst's dynamic, and I really want to see more of Opal.
Do you really want to see?
That turn
really see a giant one.
A giant one, yeah.
So far, I think my favorite fusion has been Rainbow Quartz.
I don't think anyone's going to say Malachite, but...
No one's going to say Malachite.
Somebody might have said Garnet.
Stevani is a very close
Stevani is a very...
Yeah.
I think actually Garnet may also be a very close match for favorite fusion, just because shipping and OTP
Wow.
and Ruby and Sapphire
Right.
All right.
Okay, is it my turn?
Yes.
Don't you need to ask a question?
No, it's your turn.
All
Because
right.
remember, just like the trio,
So,
and you, me.
Matthew Smith or Pyro's Advocate?
It's the name, and then that's the whole
Sorry.
name. So.
Okay, yeah. Matthew Smith, Pyro's Advocate, asks, what does
Sorry.
Steven Universe do better than other cartoon shows? Which is a very deep and engaging question, and I appreciate
Try to
the
get a
guys.
short answer
Yeah.
if you can.
You guys, I know how difficult it is to think of, what's something that I can ask that really will be a good question. I don't have a really decisive good answer, because the thing about Steven Universe that makes it good is its subtlety. And there's nothing about that really pops out, because it's subtlety.
Right.
A lot of the themes and a lot of the arcs and stuff like that, and the slow burn to the finale of season 1, all of that was very subtle, it was very slow, it was relaxed, and it was perfectly paced. And there's a lot of shows that struggle with, they have good ideas, but the subtlety, it's not executed as well as it could have been. And so the pacing and the subtlety, I think that's what really makes it.
What about you?
I think speaking of the subtlety, just all of the background characters, they're all different ethnicities, shapes, sizes, but and none of it is thrown in your face. It's just, look, this is a town full of ordinary people.
Right. There's
And
no.
it's not just a town full of everybody that looks the same. And it's not thrown in your face. Subtlety.
Well, I think that they do several things very well, and I think that they're groundbreaking in the use of music. And the use of actually composing music for the show. Very few animated shows, very few television shows do that. And to have an animated show, especially one that's 10-minute shorts like this, have composed music for each of the characters and character themes, and do that. And I think that's one of those things that really shows the craftsmanship that goes into it.
Yeah, and per episode, per 10-minute episode, you can have probably 2 unique songs in almost every episode.
Yeah.
A lot of them are variations on themes, but still that's work that has to go into it.
Yep.
Alright, Queen Park asks, Can you add your cat to the reaction team?
We tried.
Okay, well, I have a few notes on
We
this.
went into negotiations with Luna, and we can't afford her. Rainey doesn't like the show, and Helio refuses to be seen on camera. So
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but no. Oh. She's still out of shot. All right.
Yeah.
Mom, for those of you who are wondering what just happened, Mama Storytime threw a cat at us.
Luna, but too expensive
All
for
right.
us, and she just walked
So
away.
this question comes from viewer PST, and the question, is speaking of cats, how does the cat accidentally get a purple tail?
Which cat?
Which time?
Was it Lavender?
Okay, look, the one where there were 3 perfectly spaced dark purple rings with glitter. How was that an accident?
Oh, the one with glitter,
With
right?
glitter, yes.
Oh. Magic stuff?
Ixnay on the Agic May Upstay. We already talked about this. Not in front of Father Storytime. Is that your name now?
I guess.
Yeah.
I guess. So, over here?
Yes.
Alright. So, Christoph Dabrowski, apologies if that was mispronounced, favorite computer game, franchise, titles, thank you. Do you recognize your viewers by name? So, again, I'll go first. Favorite computer game, franchise, titles. I actually am a big PC gamer. We are fortunate to be able to play on a lot of different stations, but up until recently, I had a computer system that was capable of playing higher end games, and strategy, tower defense games are usually my favorite. I had a lot of Terraria,
Terraria's fun.
and I had a lot of Civilization 5. Do you recognize your viewers by name? I personally only recognize a couple because I do a lot less work on the channel. Papa does a lot more of the technical work and a lot more of looking over the channel, so you probably recognize more names than
Yeah,
I do.
I recognize a few because they comment a lot, and
Right.
Yeah,
we recognize people who comment on a regular basis, and oh, you were the Yes or Sheriff was actually our first new subscriber when we started doing this and stuff like that. So we recognize, and we always want to see everybody participating and everybody being a part of it because this is a discussion.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what about you? Favorite games?
I am such a huge fan of Spore, and it really hurts that we can't ever play it because every time we try to
good
play
news.
it.
The new computer is here.
Does that? Well, no, but our Spore discs always end up failing after like.
Oh well, yeah, I can't help you with that. But the new computer is here, so sometime
That
over
means
this,
editing for you guys.
yeah, sometime over this weekend, I will be able to actually edit. For me, it's the BioWare.
Computer game.
Yeah, I don't play computer games.
Well, you can play BioWare on a computer. I just wanted
Yeah.
you to know that.
For me, it's BioWare. I play on the PlayStation. Mass Effect is spectacular. I've played Mass Effect all the way through multiple times. Dragon Age.
The only games played more than Mass Effect is the Dragon Age franchise.
and I'm gonna go out on the limb here and be controversial. Dragon Age 2 is my favorite game of all time.
And keep in mind, we are Steven Universe
I know.
Network, so I don't know how many people here will react violently, but
All of them. All right. What's your question?
Kyle Dyer asks, which episode of Steven Universe convinced you that this show was going to be something great?
Ooh, all right.
That's a bit challenging to answer because honestly, I'm really easy to please when it comes to TV shows. I'm not eclectic in my
My Little
taste.
Pony.
Okay, you watch that with me.
Don't tell them that. Nobody needs to know that. I'm totally editing that out.
You're not.
Okay.
Okay, but honestly, I was interested even before we started, like, actually watching it because I've been a huge fan of Adventure Time for years, and so it's,
Which episode convinced you that it was going to be good?
I don't know.
Okay.
I was already
It
convinced.
happened gradually and you didn't
I was
know.
already convinced it was going to be good before it started.
See, again, I don't have any problems with this at all. Cat Fingers. Cat Fingers was the episode where I realized that I had just watched a very special episode of Steven Universe, and that it wasn't a very special episode in that it had hit all of the themes, and that the writers were not talking down to the audience, and that the story was going to unfold at a decent pace. And so basically, I hate to break it to you, but Cat Fingers was a story about puberty.
Yeah.
And so recognizing that and recognizing how they handled that story, I realized that the writing on the story on this show is superior, and that it was going to be something that was really worth watching.
Yeah, I fall more on my siblings' side. I tend to miss a lot of the themes that go over until someone hits me with a fish. But for me, it was a gradual process. Watching the pilot online was what got me into Steven Universe. I saw Gem Glow and I was like, I want to watch this show. I want to see more of this. And then probably once the final episode started hitting and we started seeing that resolve of the plot, specifically with the message and Wailing Stone and stuff like that, where we had elements bringing back in, and it was like, oh my god, what's gonna happen?
Right.
Was really when I was like, I need to start making you watch this show.
Yes, and he did. He made me watch this show.
And he's grateful.
And I'm grateful. All right, I, Lady Barrington, wanted to know, what kind of Jim would you be? We've talked about this a little bit. I would probably be a hand Jim. I would be Jim's hand thing. I'm a do stuff. I think we decided that I was
we decided you would be Ruby.
I was Ruby. I'm Ruby.
I already said that I identify a lot with Pearl, and I would definitely be head Gem. So maybe like Pearl or Peridot-ish.
And not
more
to
like Peridot, I think. No.
Not too special snowflake, but I resonate most deeply with Steven as a character, and I think the empathy, healing powers type deal are what I feel I connect most strongly to. So Stomach Gem is what I would have to go with. So on to the next question. We got Christina Chapa, who says, are there any other new shows that you are looking forward to reacting to? So I'm going to start off by saying we don't know exactly what we're doing, and by exactly I mean at all. We're kind of going blindly here. I watch a lot of YouTube, and so I'm basically trying to run this like a corporation, and mostly just by talking to him and telling him what I think will work, and he bounces stuff off of me, and she sits on the couch.
Right.
So I'm not particularly
and she looks cute when she
looking forward to any shows reacting to, because we don't have anything decided on yet.
But I think they specifically mentioned, I didn't write it down there, but they specifically mentioned Gravity Falls and Star vs. the Force of Evil.
Star vs. the Force of
which
Evil is pretty epic.
really, really enjoy the theme song of Star vs. the Forces of Evil. Yes, thank you. I've actually enjoyed the episodes. I don't know that it's really a reaction-worthy show. Gravity Falls, I have been watching kind of piecemeal. So
he's got a lot of spoilers.
I got a lot of spoilers and a lot of different stuff going on. I think that from a reaction standpoint, or from that kind of show standpoint, like what we do, I think that Gravity Falls is the most likely thing that we would do reaction videos to. But those are much longer episodes, and it's still a definite maybe.
One of the things I would say is doing discussion videos on series that we've seen either as a solo with our opinions or ideas, or just as a group talking about shows that we've all seen together, rather than doing reactions, just discussing the show, why we're doing it, why we're not doing it, not discussing an episode or a bomb or anything, just talking about the show.
Let us know if you would like to see us discuss any of these other shows, so if there's enough interest in people who want us to discuss what we know about Gravity Falls, or Star vs. the Forces of Evil, or even stuff that we've watched in the past, or movies, or anything like that. Let us know if, we didn't think anybody would want to see us do this in the first place, and here we're a month into this, and we've got 850 subscribers. So I'm.
All of them are crazy people, and we love them for it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. What's the next question there?
Kyle Dyer asks, what older cartoons were you into?
This is a perfect segue. So what about you?
I think I've mentioned Adventure Time like 3 times
I'm sorry.
now.
What's that? I don't remember you ever talking about this. What is this
Adventure Time? Come on, grab your friends. We go to bed.
I love the fact that it's Finn the human. Yeah. Anyway, so Adventure Time. What else?
Peep, which we have referenced in
I love
past show.
Peep. That's a great show. Oh, and what were you talking about? Something with the dog, the one with the dog earlier?
Kipper the dog.
Kipper. Anyway, that's not going to leave the theme song.
No.
All right, so, I've been around for a long time, and my animation experience started with watching Warner Brothers shorts with, Bugs and Daffy and these kinds of things. And so that's where it comes from.
Freakazoid.
Freakazoid, yes. And so if I sat here and listed all of the cartoons that I've watched and all of the animation that I've loved through my life, this video would be 10 times as long as it
Keep talking more than I do.
I will offer this. If you guys want to see it, let us know in comments. We'll do a tour of the house, and you can see our huge animation collection of movies and TV shows, as well as our animation art collection.
Really? We wouldn't tour my room, though, because it's too messy to walk in.
We're downstairs.
Downstairs.
Too messy to walk in.
Just the media section.
All right, so what about you, Parker? What
about
animation
me?
Stuff?
So, for me, I was around, most of the stuff that I was watching was either your cartoons or Cartoon Network cartoons.
Right.
So I got a lot of Looney Tunes, I got a lot of Warner Bros. And stuff like that.
And I had to stop watching Dexter.
Yeah, because of you. That's a totally different
Yes.
thing. You are so stupid.
Yes.
So cartoons like Dexter's Lab, Samurai Jack. Samurai Jack was a great show. Ben 10.
Yes.
And the shows from that era, I know I said I thought about these, but
Powerpuff Girls.
Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah, all of that stuff from that. Gennady Tartakovsky.
I don't know.
Was the guy that was basically doing everything on Cartoon Network then, and doing it really, really well.
Yeah.
But so all of your Saturday night cartoons from 5 to 10 years ago.
Okay. So Louis Aguirre asks, am I the only one who can see the video? Yes. Viewer STP asks, where, and I'm thinking this is for you, where did the dent in the passenger door of the truck come from?
So I have a lot of questions. I think this is a good place to stop.